Welcome back. In this video, I shall be talking to you about self-leadership. Something like we have self-discipline. Similarly, unless you have self-leadership, you cannot be making a good leader. Now to understand, as we heard a lot of times, there is a famous saying that charity begins at home. So first, you should learn to lead yourself, and then you can expect that you can lead others. I'll give you an example how to recognize a leader or a person who is different from the crowd. Suppose in any organization, you will find number of people gossiping, wasting time, creating confusion, creating problems, maybe trying to do some activity which is not official, or getting into groups, discarding many people. These are the activities you will find happening free of cost in any organization. You don't need any motivation or any leaders to do this. And among all such group, you will find one person that he is busy doing his task. He is not part of this activity. He is ignoring everything, though he is not challenging the group. But he is a performer. And this group is not a performer. So that's how you make yourself different from others, and you may be having an individual leadership qualities. Now, when you have these leadership qualities, you are supposed to grow these qualities into you. And how do you grow these qualities? These are by devoting almost 40% of your time into self-development. That is, you devote 40% of your time for your own leadership, to lead yourself. That is how you can grow as an individual, decent and successful leader. This is the beginning of a self-leadership attitude. Now, there are certain factors which will stop you from growing as a self-designed leader or self-leader. These are, as we call, many people claim they have scarcity of time, because the time management is a challenging issue. When you waste your time on unwanted activities, you will end up having less time for the fruitful activities, and you start blaming the people. You start blaming the organization. You start blaming the situation and not to yourself. There, you are supposed to blame yourself because you had very poor time management attitude. Second is the people. As human beings, we get diverted very fast. There will be a group of people who will try to attract you to the unwanted activities, and great number of us, they fall prey to that. You join a group which is non-productive, which looks very attractive, which looks out of the cheap popularity. They look that they are very active and they are very efficient and they have lively lifestyle, which is not true. You avoid falling prey to all such groups. Stand out and ensure that you live with your values. Third is the power. As we say, the power gets into your mind very soon. For example, suppose there is a worker and overnight he is promoted as a supervisor. He will have certain attitude, overnight change, and he will try to boss over people rather than leading them. Many times you will find him that he is dictating terms and not performing with the team. He feels now he has grown beyond everybody, he has got ultimate powers and he can rule everybody, which is not true. The truth is, if this man really wants to grow as a leader, he has to lead from the front. He has to set examples and not by positional orders that he will gain respect and he will be treated as a leader. So these are the barriers which is supposed to stop you growing from individual leader, or self-leadership is blocked because of these things. Further, I will tell you examples of negative leadership and the positive leadership. The negative leadership is somebody, because his position, he is the boss, he starts thinking that he is a leader, which he is not. Anybody on a higher position cannot be treated as a leader. He may be the boss, that is fine. And if he is not the leader, he will have these negative qualities. He'll try to tell everybody, do this, quickly run there, get this for me, ensure you do it in time, otherwise you will be blamed, and you are responsible for everything. I will not be backing you up. These are the attitude, or these are the dialogue which a negative leader will have. Against this, when you talk of a positive leader will have, he'll have delegation of powers. Means, he will assign the task to his juniors. He will explain properly how that particular task is to be done. He will ensure that he keeps monitoring the task. He'll keep checking in between, is the task progressing as per the time plan, as per the proficiency. If there is a problem, he will give correction to the team. He will guide and he will support. By any chance, if there is a failure, he will stand by the team and take the onus. And he will ensure that the task is done in time, and he gives appreciation and reward and the credit to the team with which he is working. This is positive self-leadership. Anybody having this quality will always get a respect from his subordinates as a leader, not as a boss. You should welcome even the smallest idea given by somebody, regardless whether he is junior or senior. Because a smallest idea which you might have missed out because of any reason will add up value to your performance, to your group performance, and that is the essence of a good leader and a person who is having self-leadership qualities. Now let's understand how should you practice self-leadership. First is, for practicing self-leadership, it is a difficult task. You have to take onus on you that I shall be doing all right things with values and with actual facts. I shall accept the things. The first is that you should have self-awareness. You should know yourself. Means you should know what are good qualities you are having and what are the weaknesses you are having. Many people, when they ask the feedback from the juniors, they cannot tolerate their weaknesses or the mistakes which their junior can pinpoint against them. And because of this, there is a tensed or there is a horrified environment which they generate, and zero suggestions come to them from their subordinates or from their colleagues. because they understand that they'll be backfired. So first quality is you should have the self-awareness. And if you get any negative comments from anybody, you should analyze, accept and correct those. Second point is self-reflection. I should know that can I take challenges? I should know how many challenges I have accepted and I have crossed through, and how many challenges threatened me and I withdrew from them. And you should accept that in these 1, 2, 3, 4, I was successful, and these 2, 3 events I withdrew, and these are my weaknesses. So unless you know that, you will not grow as a self-leader. You should also plan that how will I face today's challenge? Because when you give 5 minutes to yourself, think it over before the day starts, you will be a better man to handle the challenges which will come across, and you will be very proficient to deal with these challenges. Next is self-regularization, which means that any time when you are performing, you give some task to the subordinates, and incidentally the task is not done. There the mistake is yours, because if you leave a team which is not professional, or which is not trained, or which is not motivated, and you give a task to them and forget about it, be very sure that will not be done. You have to follow the task. As I told you before, you should assign, explain, support. There is a mistake, give correction, and time management. You should guide them, and then you will get success. So these are the points you can practice if you want to grow as a self-leader. Now, to assess whether you are a self-leader or not, it may take a long time. Imagine within yourself that how do you behave today, and after 20 years, how your team will remember you. If you take it on you, who was the best leader in your life with whom you enjoyed working long time back? If you still remember him as a good leader, that means he had the quality of self-leadership. So you should aim that people should remember you even after you leave, because you have to leave your marks and you have to leave your positivity in the team. That is self-leadership. Self-leadership was very well explained by one of the philosophers in Rome, Mark Aurelius. I will give his quote. He says, "The happiness of your life depends on the quality of your thoughts." That is what you think. That will decide the happiness of your life. So, act virtuous. Use your time very well. And be cheerful. When you do this, you drop from the tree of the life as a ripe fruit which people can enjoy. Great saying. What he meant was that you should always have positive thoughts in you and keep yourself happy. Keep yourself cheerful. And you should grow so much in life, you should write, or you should be mature enough that even when you leave this world, people should enjoy your memory as a sweet fruit which we get from the tree. excellent saying. On self-leadership, I'll give you one of the good examples. You must have heard Alexander's name. He was a great king. Alexander, when he was moving with his army of 3,000 soldiers, he was passing through a desert. It was very hot. It was totally barren, and they have finished the stock of the water. His army was searching left and right, all corners. Any possibility of even single drop of water was looking very impossible. Suddenly, a small portion of water was seen, and one of the soldiers rushed to that point, and with lot of struggle he collected some water into the helmet which soldiers wear. Now everybody was thirsty, everybody was looking for the water, and the soldier ran to Alexander and offered this helmet to him which had water. Alexander was so decent, he conveyed his thanks to this soldier, because that meant dedication of that soldier, devotion towards the leader. Now, Alexander did a very surprising act which nobody could imagine that time. He took that helmet with the water, he raised it to a very high level so that everybody can see. His troops, they saw, and then he toppled back this helmet and spilled the water on the ground. There was a straight, clear-cut message to everybody that as a leader, I would like to set examples. I know I am thirsty, but I also know that every man to whom I am responsible is also thirsty. If I cannot look after them, I have no right to look after myself. That is what is called a self-leadership. One of very good examples of self-leadership is this. So remember, when you lead from the front, you demonstrate self-leadership. Now, to practice self-leadership, we have to come out of our comfort zone as Alexander had. And you have to leave your comfort zone not like a foolhardy. I will say that you have to come out with 5 P's. 5 P's means you should plan to come out. Do not come out without planning. Otherwise, you will commit a blunder. You should ensure that you perform. That is second P. Third P is that you should prepare very well. Fourth is that you should ensure perfection. And the fifth is that you should have the pleasure of enjoying your success. If you come out of your comfort zone because of these 5 P's, you will depict yourself as a self-leader and prove to be a true leader to others. 3 tips I will give you before I close this video. That is, as a self-leader, you should have an internal quality. It is not an external show. Second is, when you are in power, you are not to utilize this power for your benefit or for proving to others that you are a powerful person. You have to give power to your team. Give power to the people. That is second essence. And third and the most important is, you should identify yourself. If you do not identify yourself, then your self-leadership will not be complete. So with this, I would like to close this video and give you more lessons on leadership. Till then, take care. Please subscribe the channel. God bless.